welcome to the show.
Yeah,
Yes.
so Willow holds that up, and I was like,
we like minds think alike. So
what else did you say? Because I've never seen this much cleavage from Willow, and I was like, holy boobs, Batman. She goes, it's just a giant bowl of cherries.
This is the only food-related piece of clothing I own.
I wore my innings fest shirt because it has a gator with a baseball in it, and it has nothing to do with baseball. So, and Nick is supposed to be wearing his Team Italy shirt.
Yes, indeed, I am. You can't see it from here, but I'll just get up real quick so you can see it. There it is.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I am Heather. That is Willow. And that down below is Nick. Coming at
everybody.
You from 3 separate countries. How fun is that? And I'm going to keep doing this all day because I just got my hair cut and they straightened it. And I love my stylist, but I'm like, it's just so straight.
Well, remember, Heather, because you're worth it.
Easy breezy.
And we're going to put Nick on mute now. But, and you guys might notice I'm in a different surrounding. If you're used to seeing me on here, I'm coming at you live from my mother's house because why not? So, Willow, tell everybody where you're at that doesn't know you.
I'm from Winnipeg, Manitoba, the armpit of Canada.
Where they're known for their cherries.
Okay, so our spring is here. We've been getting some really nice weather. As far as I know, no snow is left on the ground. We've had some pretty nice weather to the point where it also rained in the last couple of days.
Lucky. We haven't had rain here. It's really dry here in Orlando.
May is usually our rainy. April, May is usually our rainy season. Yeah. But yeah, it's due to rain again in a couple days, if not tomorrow.
I think we're supposed to. You know when Fringe is coming up next week, Willow. So we always joke that Fringe always is wet.
Mm-hmm.
True. So it's going to start pouring the day of Fringe and not stop for the entire week. And we have the Lawn of Fabulousness, which is literally what it's called. And it's a lawn, and then it turns into like Woodstock.
It's also the start of construction season. So
what is construction season?
Construction season is pretty much from as soon as the snow melts to until like November. Where they start trying to fix all our roads all at once, and they kind of stretch like all the construction.
That's lucky though. See, I want construction season. So Orlando is constantly under construction, and the university here is the University of Central Florida, and we either call it under construction forever or you can't finish. But there's so much construction all of the time.
Why?
But
like the one thing that drives me nuts. Okay, so they closed it. They closed up one section of the main road near my house, called Jubilee, and
Jubilee.
So
like Jubilee cherries. It's never gonna stop.
So now
you're on the roll.
So now all the traffic is being rerouted to like all the like little like neighborhood roads. And they put up all these like like little speed bumps in my neighborhood to try to keep the speeders from
dying
from
the speeders from speeding.
But it's like temporary speed bumps.
Yeah, that's weird. Nick, what about you? How's the weather in Italy?
Well, speaking of construction, I am literally from the city where the Duomo is constantly under construction because they never end it. In fact, there's a saying over here in Italy that when something takes forever, it's like reconstructing the Duomo because they're constantly working on it to kind of keep it.
The Duomo? Is that what you're saying?
The Duomo.
Oh, the Duomo.
Yeah.
I thought you said Guamo. I was like, what the Awesome.
So yeah, which are basically like the staple of Milan. It's basically like right in the center of the square.
Yes,
And
because
it's,
everyone knows that Nick is Italian with a British accent.
there you go. Exactly. No, weather-wise, yeah, the heat has definitely shown itself now. We had a couple of days of rain, but now it's getting better. But I'm actually glad it rained because I know that there's been a big drought problem both over here and I believe in the States too. And, you know, and the farmers aren't particularly happy about that for obvious reasons, because now is when you want your crops to grow. So, no, but other than that,
we don't have crops in Orlando. We have Mickey Mouse.
There you go.
So we don't want the tourists to complain. That's what it comes down to. But it is a nice, balmy 78 degrees. It's hot. It's hot. But besides that, I'm so excited. So Willow and I were talking last week, and Nick, we're so happy you could join us because it really makes sense. We're all foodies. And today is National Eat What You Want Day. And whenever I'm telling anybody that, they're like, can I eat whatever I want whenever I want? I was like, sure, but do you have a national holiday? But so we've just kind of been foodies. Like you guys know, for most of you know, I have a food foundation here called Still Serving Florida to help local restaurants. I got to see a local restaurant that's in its soft opening phase that we'll talk about later. But it's interesting because, you know, there's so many differences between culinary cuisines, food, snacks, candy. I mean, even Willow was trying to tell me to take like an anti-nausea medication a couple weeks ago, and like it's not what it's supposed to be here. It's named something totally different, but it's true. So, you know, it's thank goodness for the internet, because I wouldn't have these guys without it. Donna says, which explains why I had cinnamon French toast for breakfast and pizza for lunch. Donna's in the pizza club too. Absolutely.
Yeah, nice.
Nick, did you no pizza today?
No pizza today. No, I usually have it like I think like once a week, but
I'm disappointed.
I know what
you're in Milan. Like you're supposed to be eating.
I know.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm more of a carnivore, being from Milan, where a lot of our dishes are meat based. So
I have meat-based. Look at the dots. I have meat-based pizza next to me.
There you go. But yeah,
it's right next to me.
Usually Sunday is my pizza day, because usually I have this kind of ritual, because I'm very much a creature of habit, where after I finish my radio show, I'll cook my pizza and do everything else and then get ready for my podcast. So that's pretty much how
I've been doing pizza on Wednesdays, and you guys know, so we have this big convention, MegaCon, next week. I'm building 2 massive cosplays tomorrow. I'm trying to eat very healthy like a good girl.
Now, are you guys deep dish pizza lovers or thin crust?
Yes.
Both.
Yes, I agree. I don't really have
Christian just said he'll bring the meat. Christian, I'm a little bit scared. Can you be more specific as to what kind of meat you'll be bringing? I'm so glad that you guys can join us. Hey, fun fact with pizza. Let's keep on the pizza topic for a bit. Apparently, so you guys know I'm allergic to cilantro and coriander. Did not know that there is coriander in some pepperoni. Had no clue. So now I know why sometimes when I eat pizza, I get really sick, because other times I can't. So it's a very interesting fact that I learned today. But yeah, so let's talk differences, or what we've had from each other's countries, because here's a weird question, Nick, and don't judge me on this. Like, what do you guys, and I'm going to say it the way you say Milan, what do you guys consider to be American food? Like here in Orlando, Florida, good old US of A, if I want Italian food, I go to an Italian restaurant. Do you go to an American restaurant? Do you go to a Canadian restaurant for poutine? Like,
well, it's curious to say. I mean, because we over here in Italy, they tend to associate hamburgers with America. So there is like this saloon place that I work at.
Saloon?
Yeah, it's basically set up like a saloon and sort of American style and all that Western style, if you will. And it's I usually work there during June when there's the country festival. And they have a thing known as the American breakfast. And they publicize the American
breakfast.
They publicize the American breakfast, but it's basically just a take on the continental, because it's bacon, eggs, sausages, toast, pancakes, etc. So it's very much the continental breakfast for the most part. Yeah, exactly. But when one thinks of America, usually over here, they promote it as hamburgers, buffalo wings, and all that kind of stuff. Hot dogs, yes, and of course, cheesecake.
Carl made a comment to you. We have saloons all over the America, and he's being facetious. I think the only saloon I've ever been in was in Frontierland in Disney.
There you go.
Okay. But that's kind of cool. So do you have like a Canadian cuisine?
Over here, nothing. I wish they...
Ham and pineapple is Canadian, folks.
Yes.
I
also have Canadian ham or Canadian bacon.
I mean, I did try to make my own poutine, but it didn't come out the way I wish it could. It's not like regular Canadian. That's why whenever I go to Montreal, I'm always so happy because I get to have poutine at McDonald's, like we have booze at McDonald's.
Do you really? I didn't know that, Willow.
Yes, we do.
Not fair. I've been in Canada. I've been in Halifax in Nova Scotia, and I had poutine. It was really good. And living in the land of tourists here, they have places that do poutine. Not the same. Not the same.
For me, the perfect poutine is having gravy hot enough to melt the cheese.
Yeah.
And a lot of places
it has to be fresh cheese curds.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
No. And a lot of places, I swear, it's like they're afraid to have hot gravy on their food. It's disgusting.
I mean, it's not
nothing
disgusting.
Better. No, there's nothing better than watching a hockey game and having poutine. That's actually one of my go-tos whenever I'm in Montreal. Is go to Le Casual Sport and watch the Montreal Canadiens and enjoy my poutine. So yeah, it's fantastic.
See, I'm a beer and hot wings girl. Like, get me in front of a sports ball game. I don't care what game it is. I will sit there. Buffalo wings, some beer, pizza's good. Yeah, super healthy, very, very healthy.
But that's typically what you would have over at a football stadium here too, is you basically have hot dogs and beer.
Yes, but football there is actually soccer.
Yes, I know, but I refuse to call it soccer because I find it an insult. That's why we refer to it as American football and football.
Okay. Yeah. American football and football. Yeah. Well, but see, I played football, not American football.
There you go.
Can you imagine me getting tackled?
On
the field, Carl. And I know Carl's coming up with a nasty comment. On the field, can you imagine me being tackled?
I'm sure you have the nifty footwork to play football.
Female rugby players are probably one of the strongest.
If we're talking soccer, you know how to do line dancing, so you probably have the nifty.
I played soccer for 9 years. I was center mid, right center mid, and goalie.
So you would have the nifty
footwork. I've taken a soccer ball straight to the face. That explains so much. Seriously, it was the playoffs. I still remember it. The girl I was playing against, I was right center mid, and the girl that was opposite me, her name was Danielle Goldstein. I'll never forget this. I was about 12. And she got the ball and she kicked the ball straight into my face and I bit the soccer ball. And it was the top of the game. I think it was like the second of the finals. And I mean, straight boom, like knocked onto the ground. I remember my mother being there. And because I bit into the ball, I bled. I looked like a vampire. Probably started my vampire obsession. Yeah.
But hey,
I've not played soccer since.
Well, hey, but what I can say is at least you guys have the World Cup to enjoy this winter while we don't. Both Canada and the States made it to Qatar. We did not.
Yeah, your team sucks. That's why.
I know. And I totally agree with you. We are reigning European champions, yet we can't qualify to the World Cup. It really is. It's embarrassing.
Yeah. Hi, Alana. Sorry. Getting people saying hi to me. I feel popular. I love it. But no, I'm like, it's really cool. Like, I'm glad that I have you guys because not to sound ignorant, but you don't think about stuff being called different things or, I mean, obviously some things, but a lot of stuff you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to go down and get a da-da-da-da-da. And Willow's like, a what? And I'm like this. She's like, oh, we call it blah, blah, blah. And then Nick will be like, yeah, so I went out of this and I did this and I had this. And I'm like, you did a what? And he's like, here. And I'm like, oh, we don't call it that.
Yes.
My husband gets mad at me because I will often use, well, okay, so I say route when I'm describing taking the bus or whatever, and he gets mad at me because, well, him being a bus driver, he goes, it's route. It's like, it's route. O-U-T.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like me constantly saying Milan because that's how I was trained in it because it's Milan.
Well, it's all good. I mean, as I said, I've been teased for saying batteries when Americans say it's batteries, and I say it's batteries.
Oh, I forgot you have your American accent. You should do that for everybody.
Yeah, I know, but it's interesting you mentioned the whole thing of, getting confused with what is what, because over here, when I had some American friends over, we went for pizza, and they were looking at the ingredients like, oh, this one's got pepperoni on it. I want them like, wait, that's not what you think it is, because pepperoni is peppers in Italian.
Pepperoni. Yeah, no, it is.
If you want pepperoni, you ask for salame, not for pepperoni.
That's true.
Oh.
And so the Americans were so confused, like, what do you mean? I want pepperoni in my pizza. I'm like, no, dude, it's not that, and they were like, okay, whatever. So yeah.
What do you mean when you say, Carl wants it says, what do you mean when you say mango?
Mango.
Do you mean manja?
Yeah, it's probably manja, which of course is eat.
That's not how you spell that. Manja means eat. Come on, everybody knows that. Manja. And then you can do this. That's got to be the full fist.
Yeah, it's this.
And then if you're really upset, it's both.
It's funny, like I used to work at a pizza parlor, and it was a true Italian pizza parlor. Like,
nice.
And there was one time where I got really mad at them because my schedule was always screwed up, and I just about told my boss, I'm like, how is it that you guys can organize crime but can't organize a flipping schedule? But I'm just like, no, I can't. I wanted to say that,
and you're alive to tell the tale.
I almost said it, but I had to bite my tongue on that. But it was just one of those moments.
Well, now you said it. Now it's too late. They're gonna hunt you down. The cats better gear up to fortify the house.
I cannot.
Carl says here we call green peppers as mangoes. Many call papayas by the name of mango. Well, those people are not smart, Carl.
That's the first time I'm hearing that.
Yeah, I've never heard that. So, well, Nick, it's what time? It's 1:00, 1:18 there right now?
Yes, it is.
So what did you eat today? Tell us what you had on Eat Whatever You Want Day.
So what did I have today? Well, today I had, I just really had the steak and potatoes.
That's a very American meal.
Huh. Yeah.
It is.
That's right. I know I hate to sound incredibly boring, but that's what I had today. It was just like,
that's the only thing you ate, breakfast, lunch, and dinner was steak and potatoes?
I only have a meal a day. I only have dinner.
Huh. Wow.
How are we friends?
I don't know, but I mean, I only have.
But I'm sure you snacked on a bunch of stuff in between, though.
No, he doesn't. No.
I basically.
I've never heard the man snack before, but that's the first time I've ever heard you only eat one meal a day.
I just basically live on water throughout the day, and then I'll have my dinner. Unless, of course, somebody invites me out for lunch, then of course I'll have lunch. But me personally, I guess it's odd because when you're living alone, it's kind of boring to cook for yourself. You don't feel the need to. So I'm like,
so I love cooking for myself, but then I have way too many leftovers.
There you go.
Me making spaghetti. Yeah.
Yeah.
So see, I'm not a pasta person.
No.
I make a very bad Italian. I can't just sit and eat a bowl of pasta. I like ravioli or manicotti, something that's like a stuffed pasta. Mm-hmm. But I just don't go, oh man, I could go for a bowl. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
but Nick, what's your go-to comfort food?
Okay, when it comes to go-to comfort food, I would probably say Tex-Mex. I love my nachos. Really? I love my tacos. I love that kind of stuff for sure. And if not, and this will probably sound hilarious to Americans over there, but I have a birthday tradition where for lunch we have McDonald's.
Oh,
because I have McDonald's like once a year, and that's when I have McDonald's.
Do you know? And I don't know how many of you know this. Do you know that McDonald's makes birthday cakes?
I did not.
You can order them through the driveway.
Oh, wow.
Let's see if I can find a picture. It has Ronald McDonald on it.
No, over here in Italy, not so much. I mean, plus we only have two franchises.
I think I remember them doing that for kids back in late 80s, early 90s.
It's
but
$9. You can still do it to this day. Let me see if I can find a good picture of it.
Huh.
There you go. That's the cake.
The killer clown. There he is.
Interesting.
$9 birthday cake from McDonald's. $9. That's not bad. I mean, it's chocolate. It's a part of a secret menu. I can't do McDonald's. I can't. But what do you get at McDonald's?
Bear in mind that we only have like 3 fast food franchises in Italy. We only have McDonald's, KFC in some places, and Burger King. That's it. So when it comes to what I usually get, I'd usually get the crispy McBacon burger.
What is that?
That's basically just your regular sandwich with, of course, the patty and slices of bacon inside and cheese.
I think they call that the Baconator or something over here.
There you go. Yeah, in Italy, it's known as the crispy McBacon.
Oh, so we're totally we're going to go off topic for a second, but I was talking to Nick last night about movie theaters and movie titles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And he goes, "Are you familiar with the movie City Slickers?" And I said, "I sure am."
Yes.
He goes, "Because here in Italy, our titles translate sometimes to something very weird." And I was like, okay. So Nick goes, what did you say to me, Nick?
Well, City Slickers in Italian is "I'm leaving the city, love, life, and cows."
Okay.
That's the title for City Slickers.
And then what was the other one? Internal sunshine of a spotless mind. If I break up with you, I'll delete you. Or
yes, that's what it is. If you break up with me, I'll delete you. Or there's Runaway Bride. If you run away, I'll marry you. That's the title. Yeah, Italians like to be creative.
Now it's the crispy McBacon.
Yes, it's known as the crispy McBacon, and then of course it just fries, and that's me set pretty much.
Do Italians eat fries differently?
Well, I mean, the whole mayonnaise ketchup thing, they don't really care over here in the sense that most people have ketchup and mayonnaise on their fries, unless you specifically, point out that you only want ketchup or you only want mayonnaise. But yeah, here it's it's a bit of both, really. They don't really sort of care.
Huh. So it's a mayo chop. Duly noted. What about you, Willow? What's your comfort food?
Well, okay. So I got my husband, and this is something that you can only find in Canada.
I can't see.
It's
Coffee Crisp Minis?
I'll turn off my background for right now.
The illusion is gone.
But Coffee Crisp is
nice.
is a chocolate bar that you can sadly only find in Canada, apparently.
So when are you sending me some of these?
I will gladly. But these are. I'm surprised I haven't even opened those yet. But
yeah, me too.
It's Shark Week, unfortunately for me. So I'm gonna. That's my comfort food.
That's okay. You're having Shark Week, and if you're looking at our comments, Christian is having Pervert Week, so that's fun. So Shark Week means coffee and chocolate and stuff that is really bad for you on Shark Week.
Chocolate and probably crying myself to sleep because I'm in pain.
I'm a very blessed girl. Shark Week lasts maybe 3 days, and then I'm smooth sailing. Oh, poor Willow. I'm sorry it's Shark Week. So then what did you eat today, Willow?
So Starbucks has these new wraps now, or our
Ooh,
store
really?
anyway. We have or burritos, whatever. We have the breakfast. We have a couple breakfast burritos, sausage, bacon, and egg, and then we have a Southwest veggie one that I have yet to try. I'm a little scared because it has jalapeno sauce on it, and
jalapenos, depending on how they're made, they're either taste like jalapeno. Sorry, I'm following the dots in my face like a damn cat.
I have acid reflux, and during the day, if I eat something hot during the day, it's not so bad. But before bed, I'll be dead.
Do you know the trick to get rid of that or to help with it? Apple cider vinegar, that is my go-to for everything.
Oh.
If you take like a water bottle of a size and you take a cap full of apple cider vinegar, you can literally put it in the water, shake it up, or you can just sip it. It neutralizes all the acidity.
Oh, okay.
Good
to know that.
Yeah, because my dad has really bad acid reflux, and he takes like omeprazole, and now I've got hiccups. But so for a little bit, because of stress, I get like stress stomach. I was having it really bad and I started using it and I'm like, this isn't fun because it just makes you feel uncomfortable, at least to me. So I try the apple cider vinegar and I'm like, and I'm done. I'm good.
There you go.
So you tried a wrap or you didn't try a wrap?
I tried it. I tried it and it was really good. But it like the sausage bacon one it has, well, obviously it has egg in it, and there was just something missing out of it. And my coworkers like, why don't you try it with sriracha? I'm like, I'll die.
Oh no!
But no,
See,
like
I wasn't ever a spicy person. I'm a spicy person. Oh, it was like you were a ghost for a second. You disappeared. But about 10 years ago, maybe, I started incorporating like medium sauce. And now every once in a while, I really get in the mood for something spicy. But I think it's just maybe because America lacks in seasonings sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting to hear because I always knew that Americans put like a million dressings and a million toppings on everything.
Condiments, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of ketchup,
Seasoning.
lots of relish, lots of okay. I'm not a mustard person. I hate mustard.
No.
And as soon
I'll
as
eat mustard when it's on a Chicago dog or a pretzel.
one thing that I wish that some places would stop doing, 7-Eleven would be nice if you can stop putting mustard on your hoagies. Otherwise, I'd buy them all the time.
No, you would not, because then you would get sick and you would have like ouchy tummy pains all the time eating gas station hoagies. No. But now, speaking of gas stations, so a friend of mine he's a touring magician, and he just did a bunch of like 3 months worth of shows in Hawaii. At the gas stations in Hawaii, because almost no one drives, they actually have sushi and like musubi rolls and like all sorts of really cool fresh fish.
Nice.
And I'm like, I mean, we have sushi here, but I wouldn't touch that with somebody else's mouth. So
Okay.
I kind of want to go to Italy. I want to go to Italy too. I want to go to Hawaii and try gas station sushi.
How do you feel about
Carl
wasabi
says
when
he
it
puts
comes to
ranch on everything.
when it comes to spicy food?
Wasabi?
Yeah, does wasabi bother you?
When it's a wasabi aioli, no. Wasabi, when you go to Japan, most people, I don't know why, most people will take like a big old wad of wasabi here and not realize what we have here is not wasabi. It's not real wasabi. It is very watered down.
Isn't it like it kind of tastes like horseradish a little bit?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they will take a wad of it and they'll put it into their soy sauce and mix it all around. That's what they do.
No.
And I have friends that cut like butter onto their sushi. I'm like, supposed to do that either. But no, it's wasabi aioli or something like that. Yes, but I'm not particularly a fan. What about
I love sushi and I love Chinese, etc. But the thing is, my dad, who worked in China for 5 years, when he came back, he was like, "Yeah, this is not exactly what I ate in China. It's like this is literally the should we say Europeanized version of Chinese food. Granted, it is run by Chinese people, but they obviously cater to the European palate because.
And we get our Chinese food here is probably different than yours because they cater to American taste palettes. Do you guys have a lot of Chinese in Canada?
Oh yeah, we have. I love Chinese food. I love Vietnamese food though too.
Oh, lovely.
And Vietnamese coffee is so delicious.
I've had Vietnamese food. Really? I'm not a coffee person.
Oh, okay.
I love tiramisu. I love coffee flavored ice cream. I love the smell of coffee. Do not drink hot coffee. I'll do cold. But Christian, I'm assuming that's towards me. What are you doing at MegaCon? Taking over the world. I guess should I announce my cosplays while we're on air?
If I so wish. Yeah.
So I still have 2 more to build within the next 4 days.
You can do it. I believe in you.
So I'm actually not going to go on Thursday, which is opening day, because they're charging $20 for parking at the convention center.
Oh.
And for me to just go for a couple of hours wouldn't make any sense. But Friday I'll be there.
Fair.
And part of Chaotix cosplay, Alex and Lainey and myself, we are doing Playboy Bunny versions of some of the Avengers. So
nice.
if you ever saw the meme of the we needed therapy, but we got our own Disney Plus show instead, that's going to be us. So I'm doing a
cool.
Playboy Bunny version of Scarlet Witch, obviously. And,
Gonna dress up as Hugh Hefner, Tony Stark.
it's amazing. What? No, it just says girls. No, Elaney is doing Winter Soldier, and then Alex is doing Captain America.
Oh, very nice.
Playboy Bunny style. It'll be the least amount of clothing I've ever worn in cosplay ever, so I'm a little bit nervous, especially if I continue to eat delicious pizza. And then Saturday, I am building from scratch with my amazing seamstress a full Victorian ball gown Madame Leota from Haunted Mansion.
Cool. Yeah.
Sunday, I don't know what I'm gonna do yet because I've worn my Scarlet Witch so much and I love my Alice, but I just don't know yet. So that'll be a mystery one.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
But
that works. Sounds good.
I wish you guys were here to join me.
I would love to.
I would totally do the Playboy Bunny version.
Hell yeah. I know you would. What would you do? What Playboy? And we could have Nick, because he has a natural facial hair.
There you go. Yeah, I could do my being to the Van Dyke that Tony Stark has and go for it. Yeah.
I am almost tempted, Nick, now to like take your picture and put it on like, you know, the big giant heads with them.
Go for it. I don't care. It's fine.
I might talk to Alex and Lainey about that one.
No worries. I won't take offense. It's all good.
Why would you take offense? It'd be really cool.
Yeah, I won't be there in person, but at least I'll be there in.
I mean, or I could just have like a tablet and you could just be live on the tablet. Hello, he's actually cool. So let's talk more about food. So Willow, you said you had the burrito thing this morning.
Yep.
What else did you eat?
My pizza. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much
but
all
you're
I
saying
ate
pizza,
today.
so pineapple is Canadian?
Yes, it. I don't know where they got the Hawaiian thing from.
I don't know, because I'm gonna look it up as we speak, because I didn't know this.
It originated in Canada. So yeah, so I am, and ladies and gentlemen, I don't care whatever gender you choose to be. I don't care who started the fight, but I'm ending it right now. Pineapple belongs on pizza.
Yes, but she's right. It says the origin of the Hawaiian pizza, topped with ham and pineapple, was not an Italian invention.
Nope, because the Italians would refuse to have pineapple on their pizza.
And it did not come from the U.S. island state of Hawaii either. The pizza was actually created in Canada in 1962 by a Greek immigrant. Talk about my pizza a little bit, because it's sitting next to me and I'm smelling it, even though it's cold right now.
Yum, yum.
Y'all. So with my still serving group, I have a good member, Rob Bear, and his wife. They own numerous cool local restaurant establishments, and they're opening up a place called Sodo. So we have SODO, which is south of downtown Orlando. They're opening up Sodo, SODOUGH. Love a play on words. And it is a Detroit style pizzeria. And I was like, what does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
Guys, I can't even explain. So it's deep dish pizza. I can actually see if I can read off the full description of it. But the way that I have all these like gorgeous photos of these pizzas, and then the actual pizza next to me that I will talk about. So Detroit style pizza was created in 1946 on 6 Mile Road and has since become a world sensation. We craft everything in-house, so they use everything in-house from the traditional Detroit dough, straight out of the county's sauce. They have brick cheese blended, bakes at 500 degrees in a traditional seasoned blue steel pan. Fun fact, the blue steel pan was actually used to store car parts before somebody started making pizza in it. So it's made, and then so it creates what they call the frico. And I don't know if Nick knows that word, FRICO. It's a famous caramelized cheese edge. So I
have heard that before. Yep, we do have frico over here. Yep.
So look at this place, guys.
All right,
yummy.
big screen.
Yeah, big screen. So that's the frico, and then This is the Detroit Rob City, because Rob Bear. And so the only way I can explain this, so it sounds like it would be really heavy and greasy and dense. This is like the lightest. I can't even explain it. So on the Detroit Rob City, he has the little baby pepperonis, little baby ones. They're like the size of my finger. Shredded basil, and then he pipes on ricotta cheese and then puts hot honey all over this.
Yummy.
Yum, like Mike's hot honey. If you've never had it, it's delicious. You can take off the big screen. Take it off, because I'm gonna.
Sorry, I was drooling over that pizza.
At this point, he has to do a cover of Kiss's Detroit Rock City with Detroit Rock City. Oh, it's right there.
It is right there. But so he says that it has pockets of grease, and the distribution of the grease to the sweet to the cheese. So he's not even open yet. He's doing a soft opening starting tomorrow. And they're gonna at 4 o'clock every day. They're gonna prep 100 pizzas and until they sell out.
Wow!
But like, I'm gonna take a bite of this and then I'm gonna show you some pictures.
At last, my love has come along.
I can't even. Look at the whole pizza.
Very nice.
Whoa.
So it's in squares. So that's a small, guys. That's a small. And then this is the 25-pound of cheese. Thomas cheddar.
Wow.
Oh, it's huge. 25 pounds. They cut it off
is.
5 pounds at a time. He said it's about like the size of a cassette tape. If you know what that looks like, you're old, but it's fine.
I'd be in cheese heaven right there.
No, you'd be in cheese heaven with this, which is the burrata margarita pizza.
Oh my.
Looks divine.
It's the traditional red sauce with the crust. And then that's a big piece of burrata melted with the basil on top.
Wow.
Oh my God. And then he has like traditional Detroit soda, which is Faygo. And I had the the Rock and Rye. And it's a cherry vanilla soda. I was in heaven.
Sweet.
I was in heaven. So I'm glad that we thought pizza today. Nick had steak and potatoes. That's not very Italian, Nick. How was it seasoned?
I know. Pardon me?
How was it seasoned at least?
No, it was just this regular. I don't really season it too much. I just put like some rosemary, maybe just do the little thing and a few little herbs here and there, but nothing major. But I actually had a question here because when you say red sauce, do you mean tomato paste? Or do you mean tomato sauce?
Yes.
Okay, but you refer to it as red sauce. I mean, in America, it's known as red sauce and not tomato sauce.
Not tomato.
You say tomato,
no,
I say tomato. Let's pull the whole thing off. Yes.
Tomato. Okay. But yeah, so red sauce or gravy. But you have to remember, a lot of my friends are pizza people. This other red base. I don't really hear anyone call it a marinara sauce.
Okay, so it's not tomato sauce. It's a mixture of multiple things.
Yeah.
Because in Italy, we
it's delicious. I'm gonna keep eating it.
Go for it. Yeah, because over here in Italy, it's just tomato sauce. Literally, that's all it is. When you have red pizza, it's just tomato sauce.
Okay.
Yeah.
No cheese?
Well, I mean, should we say, for example, your basic margherita, you will have obviously just the regular dough, the tomato sauce, mozzarella, and that's pretty much it.
And basil.
Yeah, and basil, yeah.
Basil.
But I think, isn't that normally in the sauce, though?
Basil?
Well,
yeah. Or
not over
I
here,
could be wrong, but
not over here. But because here we
Okay.
literally have the marinara, which is a style of pizza.
Okay.
So yeah,
I'm gonna keep eating. I think Christian said, "Am I helping out a booth?" No, Christian, I'm not helping out a booth because I am the Meetups Ambassador for Fan Expo. I'm gonna go have fun and enjoy what I've earned all year. You have a booth, babe, sir. Okay.
He has Dave. Isn't Dave helping him at? No, never mind.
Kat is going to actually help out. Kat's building like massive Doctor Who cosplays. She's never done a Doctor Who cosplay ever, and she's building 4.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
Mm-hmm.
Impressive.
Oh yeah. So let's move on to my favorite subject, dessert.
Oh.
I don't have
Bring
any.
out the dessert tray.
Right? Oh, like, waiting for Lumiere to like push the cart.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Where's that dessert tray?
Lumiere. Okay. So what's your go-to? Like what's your go-to like I'm having a really shitty day. I want something nice and sweet. What do you go for?
My husband really loves the McCain, like the McCain cakes.
What's a McCain cake?
Oh,
I can't.
Don't tell me that. No,
this is
no,
like
no.
learning on the spot.
Tell me that's not something that's just made in Canada. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is, or it's something else. Name something else. McCain. I've never heard of that. Nick, have you heard of that in Italy?
I have not. No.
Yeah, it probably is, but there's a deep and delicious cake, chocolate cake that he really loves, and you can get that at the grocery store. Yeah, okay. I'll find a picture of it and I'll post it up. And I apologize, guys, if it's just a Canadian thing, but I love these.
Good.
Well, so good. Nick is building me an Italian care package. I want from Canada too. And then I'll put together some like American care package that I don't know what I'd put in it because America has not great food.
But that's why we love it. Look, I know, don't want to diss America because believe you me, I love America and everything. But I remember once when I was actually dating this girl from Florida and she literally took me, we went to Texas.
You dated a chick from Florida?
Yes, I did.
Rewind. Okay. Really? And you've never been here?
And I've never been to Florida because we met in Texas.
Okay, continue.
Oh.
So basically, we were in Texas, and she's like, okay, let's go to a typical American supermarket. So she takes me and says, there you go, lines of garbage. It's like, see what an American mother feeds her kids? Garbage. And this is coming from an American, not me. So
no,
I'm just repeating it verbatim. But
I'm not a junk food person. Like I might do pizza, but I don't get cravings for fast food. I don't do McDonald's. I don't like stuff that's fried.
But that's why when Europeans come to the States, like, yay, junk food, let's go.
And see, that's why I'm looking forward to not being in the States and like going to Europe and be like, yay, not junk food. Like when I was in France, I will tell you, almost super clean eating, very decadent food.
Oh, yes.
And it's a lot of the patisseries, like a lot of the baked goods. But it's more savory than junk food, and it's not fried, and it's so good. And a lot of the natural seasonings, like a lot of lavender in food, which is awesome.
Their cuisine is almost as complex as Italian cuisine.
Absolutely. It's a lot of seafood. Oh, sorry, Donna. Donna's like, no fast food. We can't be friends. Sorry. I don't know. Like it's the fast food that I go to is directly in front of my house. There is a quick service sushi place, and it's like a build your own sushi, and it's getting more and more expensive. I haven't gone there in a while. You can either get like a poke bowl, so it's the rice with the fish or whatever you want on top, or they'll make you a sushi roll, or they'll cut it and do whatever. But that's my idea of like fast food is like quick service sushi. What about you, Nick? You said there's not a lot of fast. Did you find a picture of the cake? Willow?
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Nice.
Deep and delicious. I know Christian's still on here.
But it's just like the cake itself is really like made very well moist, and the icing is very like there isn't a whole lot of icing, so it's not like more icing than cake.
I feel like we have something like that. I just can't think of the name of it. There's like a frozen. Let me Google this. And Americans watching the show right now, feel free to tune in too, and chime in because there's a frozen.
It's like the icing is like kind of like a whipped topping. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like a heavy ganache.
No, it
hold on.
It looks familiar.
It's so good.
Hold on. It's not the chocolate fudge. It's not the Vienna. The Viennetta is here. This is like not an actual Italian thing, but there's
Oh, okay.
Viennetta, that takes me back.
That's it.
It does, yes, because that used to be a ritual whenever we went to my dad's cousin's house. We would watch Formula One, and that would be towards when lunch was coming to an end, and as the Viennetta was getting served, the race was coming to an end. So we had kind of this ritual around the Formula One on Sundays where we went to visit my dad's cousin. But interesting, you mentioned France, Heather, because my favorite dessert actually comes from France, which is profiterole.
Really? I would not have taken you for a profiterole fan.
I love profiterole, and my second is not even Italian either. It's baklava.
Oh, love baklava. Thank you, Carl. Sara Lee Cakes. Thank you. That's exactly right.
There you go.
I was saying it's not Pepperidge Farms. So it's funny. So I have a dessert catering company.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get a sweet tooth all the time. I can't really sit and I don't know.
Well, see, I think if you work in a place, then you kind of get tired of the food.
Well, I work out of my kitchen when I want, but I mean, I specialize in like chocolate covered bacon or like Guinness. Oh, here's the Sara Lee double chocolate layer cake.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'll have to taste chocolate covered bacon. Everybody keeps talking about it.
Oh, it is so good.
What kind of chocolate do you use for that?
The semi-sweet chocolate.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'll do like a Guinness chocolate brownie with like bacon sprinkles, or like I'll do like a Guinness. I love to add Guinness. It makes everything so nutty, and when you bake it, it cooks out the alcohol so everybody can have it. Or I'll do like a Guinness chocolate cupcake with Nutella fudge frosting and add bacon.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
But you have to have the right consistency of the bacon because you don't want it to be ultra crispy. You don't want it to be underdone where it's too chewy. But it takes a while. You have to cook it the right way. But I use like the dowel rods, like little skewers. You soak them in water so they don't light on fire or splinter. And you like wiggle the bacon onto it. I put them on a baking sheet. I don't even pan fry them at this point. And I cook them. And then I double broiler with chocolate. And then I just douse it and put it on top of wax paper, and it is.
Sounds very good. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, and cooking with Guinness is great. I mean, or like cooking with beer. I've recently started learning how to cook with beer, and that's been quite the experience. Yes, the whole beer sauce. Yeah,
we have an American dish. I can't even call it that. It's called beer butt chicken.
Okay.
So. What you do is you take a can of like really terrible beer and you shove it into the cavity of the chicken and then you put it on the grill.
Oh my. Okay.
I will find you a picture of it. My ex taught me this, and I am sure the Americans that are joining us tonight can also, like, you literally Google beer butt and it pulls up beer butt chicken. This poor chicken. I'm sorry, little chicken.
No, I mean, you guys did also invent such things as like the Caducan and stuff, which is even crazier.
The Pilsner beer just gets me.
The Caducan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The turducken?
No, the Caducan. Yes.
No, turducken.
Why? Because in Pennsylvania they call it the Caducan. Apparently.
We have a pie cakin and we have a turducken. The turducken is a chicken inside of a duck inside of a turkey.
Yeah, that's very American.
It's really good. I made it for Thanksgiving once. I didn't stuff it. I just did. And then the pie cakin is a pie inside of a cake.
Yeah, that's something I guess we should say is very American. That's another thing that we don't have here, which is corned beef hash. We don't have that here. Corned beef doesn't exist in Italy.
But it's in Ireland.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the Irish. You know,
but, Irish and Italian don't really.
Not really, no. I mean, there's no hate between us, but I mean, corned beef never made its way to Italy.
Okay,
that's crazy. So, what do you guys have as a substitute?
Well, nothing really, because I know that corned beef is usually like the thing for Thanksgiving and stuff, isn't it, or stuff like that? I don't know. You just have it. I mean, we just have regular. We just
often use as lunch meat here.
Okay,
so we'll use it for lunch meat, but honestly, the majority of time that you'll see anything that's corned beef is like St. Patrick's Day.
Okay, no, if not, we'll just have the regular sort of beef that's the stringy stuff that you'd use to make like to sauces for pasta and stuff. But that's pretty much it. Like we're making
ground beef?
Yeah, we have ground beef. Like if we're making a ragu, that's what you're using.
Because of all those Italian cows you have roam the countryside.
There you go, exactly. We love our Italian cows.
Yes, life love cows, apparently.
Exactly.
That was the funniest thing I have ever heard. I'm like, what? Why? Oh my goodness. Yeah. Light on the frosting? Ack? Donna, why light on the frosting?
I can't do cakes with lots of frosting. It's got to complement the frosting has to complement the cake.
So we have this really awesome cupcake place here in Orlando, and the owner has been on Food Network numerous times. And the cakes are about the little cupcakes are like this big, and it's like this much frosting. Mm-hmm. It's too much. It's much too much. I like a bite of something. So like buffets work really well for me. So we like when we have holidays here, my mom and stepdad and I will go over to one of the resort country clubs, and they have these massive buffets. And I'll pile my food on. My mom's like, how are you going to eat all of that? I don't. I want to take a bite of something. I take the smallest portion of it. I just want to take a bite of something just to have a little bit of a different taste or texture. Cool. But
how do you?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just say, how do you guys feel? What do you guys feel about when it comes to cheesecake? Like, because I know it's like a staple in New York. I mean, it's like the New York cheesecake.
So
but,
Junior's cheesecake, yes. Junior's cheesecake, yes. And my mom, when she lived in Jersey, they lived about 15 minutes away from like the outlet where like it was like the factory and they like sold stuff off the line. It has to be the right consistency, the right texture, the right flavor. If it doesn't have a little bit of like the citrus to it and it's not smooth, it's not good. But I don't want it where it's, I don't know how to explain, like not have texture to it, but I don't want it to be chunky. It has to, it can't be gritty, but I like making it. What about you guys?
I've made cheesecake one time and it turned out really well. But I don't know. They're like some of the restaurants here, like I always get their stuff pre-made and it's like sent in frozen. So it's like that. It's never fresh. So I kind of. I don't know. I would rather have something that is made fresh.
Oh yeah. Why do you ask, Nick?
As far as
well, no, I'm just asking because that's another thing that's very much heavily associated with America over here when it comes to like sweets is cheesecake.
Really?
Yep, cheesecake and brownies.
Brownies, I can see for sure. I never really thought that nobody else in the world would have brownies.
Well, no, I mean, because when you, as I mentioned, this saloon on the menu, when it comes to desserts, they have New York cheesecake, brownies, and then, of course, just to be international, they have churros. And I love churros so much.
Wait, but you can't even say it the right way. Say it again.
No.
Churros.
Churros.
Yeah, it's a Spanish churros.
Yeah. No, Spanish people don't even call it churro. Churro.
Yeah, I say churro.
That's an Italian accent trying to sound Spanish.
It's the Madrid accent, not the Mexican one. Churro.
Carl says he loves cheesecake with cherries or blueberries in his local saloon. So a couple of years ago, for several years, actually, what was still happening, I was actually a judge for the American Pie Council, which is very American. And we would sit, we didn't get paid for it, but we do like Food Network stuff. And I can't tell you, like, get there at about 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. You have a table of 10 people. You get somebody who's nominated, usually me, to be the table captain. And they have people that run, so people submit all different kinds of pies. And your categories are on your table. So like one year I had peanut butter and chocolate. You'd think that'd be amazing, but after 44 different pies.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
But you're not eating a whole slice because then you would be dead. But you get one slice of the pie, but you have to look at it. Like, I've never known American desserts to be so intricate. But some of these people, like Nick, you'll probably appreciate this one. I don't know. I will one day replicate it. Somebody made a cherry tiramisu pie.
Interesting. Okay.
It tasted like cherry tiramisu, which I would have never thought. It's delicious.
Okay. They have here what is also
yes.
known as like a split up tiramisu, where basically you have to make it yourself, where they give you the dish with the biscuits and the ice cream and stuff. It's known as a disassembled tiramisu. And you literally take the biscuits and you dip it in and you eat it and everything else. So that's another variety of dessert they have over here these days. Yeah.
So we have a gas. What?
No, I love banana cream pies. Those are.
I love banana cream pie.
Yeah.
That's a Southern thing, Willow. That's a Southern U.S. thing.
There was one restaurant that I used to go to as a kid, and they made amazing pastry, amazing desserts, fresh in their kitchen. And banana cream pie was just like the best family treat ever.
That's amazing. That I love it. See, when I was younger, my great grandparents. So, sorry, now that I have pizza in my mouth. So, my family is from Russia, which was technically Russia before it became the Ukraine, in Odessa. And my great grandparents, they came in through New York City, and I don't know why, but they like always made the weirdest food, but like not traditional Russian food. It was like from everywhere. But my great grandmother always made banana cream pie or banana cream pudding pie.
Would they make like pierogies? Because that's usually what they have.
Oh, I love pierogies.
I mean, that's like Ukraine 101 pretty much.
Yeah. As a Ukrainian, yes, I love my pierogies.
But see, I haven't had those in a while.
There you go. It's time for some pierogies.
No, I'm eating healthy.
Well, life's too short.
Oh, okay. Depending on the pierogies, okay? Potato and cheese and bacon, yes.
Never had one with bacon. Potato and cheese, yes, and I've had the blueberries and cheese.
If you give me ones with cottage cheese, no. Those aren't pierogies.
Pierogies with cottage cheese?
No.
That's
I've never heard of that in my life.
That's definitely a Mennonite thing. Up here is there's a huge Mennonite lifestyle, and they use a lot of cottage cheese in their food.
Oh, okay.
Cottage cheese is only meant to stay cold.
They even use cottage cheese up here in lasagna. And
oh no, don't.
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
No, that's an American thing. I will not do it. I refuse because I use ricotta. But
please don't.
No, I don't. But I've had it with it. It just makes it a little bit more sour.
Yes. No, the Italian in me is dying right now.
I know. Sorry, cottage cheese in certain foods, just no.
I love cottage cheese with like peaches or like fresh cut fruit.
Sure.
Yeah. As a
but
dessert,
not cooked
yes.
in anything. It's about no.
No. That's a big niet right there.
Niet.
I'm glad that you guys agree with me.
Pie. Carl says key lime pie. Carl, that's a very Florida thing.
Good point. I was going to say, that's something we definitely don't get over here, which I had in Texas, and it was so good.
Texas. So that's a total Florida thing because the keys, key lime.
Of course.
When I was a little Heather, outside of our house, we had a key lime tree, and my grandmother would make key lime pie. I never liked it when I was a kid. Again, getting older, I liked it. And we have St. Augustine here, which is the oldest city in the country. And there's this one place, it's so strange. It's a burger place. So you can get it in the Keys, but St. Augustine's much closer than the Keys. Okay? It's a burger place. You walk in straight to the back and you can get frozen key lime pie dipped in chocolate on a stick.
Nice. Yeah.
And it's literally a slice. That looks really wrong on screen. It's a slice of pie.
Oh, hey, it worked for Kenny Chesney, Heather, so it can work for you, I guess.
Oh my God. Where's Christian when I need him? But it's a slice of pie and dipped in chocolate and frozen. And it's like the messiest thing ever. But who would have thought that lime and chocolate went well together? But it does.
Oh, it sounds delicious.
Okay.
Yeah. But like I
I'll
said, to the
keep that in
point of
mind.
where Kenny Chesney wrote a song about it and it became a hit for him. I guess that
Yeah.
says a lot.
You are such a country nerd. It's awesome. For those of you that don't know, Nick does a slew of other things. Nick, for those of them that don't know you, tell them a little bit about where they can find you.
Okay, well, if country music is your speed, folks, you can find me hosting the radio show Whiskey and Cigarettes, where we play today's country, traditional country, and everything else in between. More info about that is our website, whiskeyandcigarettesshow.com. Podcast-wise, if superhero movies are your speed, I do host Happiness in Darkness, the superhero movie podcast. We recently discussed Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. This week, we're discussing Guyver Dark Hero, which is going to be a weird one. But that said, and
what is it called?
Guyver Dark Hero. It's basically taken from Japanese manga. Basically, this
Cool.
guy who, this guy becomes a, should we say, kind of warrior because he has this something inside his head. But anyway, it's a long story. Anyways, and if Oscars are your speed or Best Picture winners, myself, Zan Sprouse, and Rachel Friend can be found on Gold Standard, the Oscars podcast. We're discussing all the Best Picture winners in chronological order. Tomorrow, actually, we'll be reviewing Annie Hall, which will be
and Nick is very, very excited about reviewing Annie Hall.
Well, I'm kind of terrified, to be honest, because seeing everything that surrounds that movie, the director and everything else. But yeah,
but you can separate the artist from the art.
Yeah, but I have a feeling tomorrow it's going to be all about why we hate Woody Allen. But so that's
okay. I know that there's a huge issue with Woody Allen. Yes, I agree that's sick, but I actually do enjoy some of his movies, though.
Yeah, I agree. The artist from the art, but I have a feeling tomorrow it's going to be all about we hate Woody Allen, especially knowing my co-hosts. I have a feeling that's what it's going to be. And other than that, if superhero TV shows are your speed, myself and Charles Skaggs can be found on the Fandom Zone, where we currently finished wrapping up Moon Knight. And that's going to be currently on hiatus till next month when we'll be discussing Miss Marvel. So we'll be reviewing that one. And if you're fans of Doom Patrol or Titans, myself and Charles also reviewed the latest seasons of Titans and Doom Patrol on Titan Talk, the Titans podcast. Got to talk to some
I
of the
never
folks.
get invited to that one for whatever reason, and I love Titans and Doom Patrol.
Well, now we know who to invite. Then I'll let Charles know that we can have a guest co-host for that. So that's also on hiatus as we wait for the next seasons of Titans and Doom Patrol. So that's pretty much me.
So Nick's really lazy, as you can tell. He doesn't do a lot.
Yes, I'm literally a sloth, literally.
But he is also teaching me Italian.
Added to that, yes, Italian coach as well. Add that to the resume.
But no, you actually were you said you actually.
I did actually teach foreigners Italian via Skype and in person. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to bug you to get me a really good fettuccine Alfredo recipe.
Okay, can do, Willow.
Yeah, I won't eat that. I'll make tiramisu, and if you have any upgrade suggestions, that'd be great.
A little bit of grappa on top there, just for fun.
I'm gonna put bacon on top of the tiramisu. See how that is. I don't know. I'm all about the bacon right now. It's funny because I really don't eat bacon unless it's covered in chocolate.
Well, cooking is all about being creative, so there you go.
Absolutely, that's my favorite part. It's funny though too, because I love to cook and I love to bake. But usually, if you love to cook, you hate to bake, and if you love to bake, you hate to cook.
Right.
Because if you cook, you're just kind of doing your own thing and being creative.
But I think a lot of issues with some people is the food prep, and it's
you have to do that for baking too, and it's very specific.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about time management.
True.
I don't have.
And when it comes to cooking, what gets me is, for chicken, it's like 45 minutes for the chicken, and then that's when you do all the other stuff. Okay, so many people are like, oh, I got to do this. It's like, put the chicken in, do your vegetables. You have lots of time while the chicken is cooking.
My cousin he lives in New Orleans. He has like the chef's dream kitchen. Like he even has like the pot filler. Like, can I just move in? Like it's gorgeous. And my best friend Amy, her and her husband they have like a mid-century house and they have like a tri-level home, but the kitchen just never really worked, and they've been remodeling it, and I'm like dying to get so cool stuff. Like one day when I'm there in Wisconsin, I will record her kitchen. They're even getting heated floors, and I'm like, we have this naturally here in Florida, but they're putting in heated floors there.
Wow.
I know.
Very nice.
All right, Willow, where can people find you besides here every Wednesday and every other Sunday with me?
All right, so you can find me on Facebook, Twitter. You can find me on Instagram. I'm also, and I've been using it, TikTok.
Yes, she has.
So I posted up 2 videos so far. I'm coming up with ideas for other videos.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely gonna start using that a little bit more for the shorter videos. My rants are gonna stay on Facebook and Instagram.
Or here.
Or here.
There you go.
Yeah, believe me, there's a big rant that's brewing right now that I want to post up, but I'll wait until later to do so.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, and I guess you can find me here every Wednesday without driving everybody crazy. Constantly, you can find me on stillservingflorida.com, which is a Facebook group that I created that we are turning 501c3 nonprofit for local restaurants in Central Florida and beyond. Last night, I finally got to see Multiverse of Madness. You can find me hosting. And I hosted this awesome Multiverse of Madness meetup with cosplayers. So there's a whole bunch of people.
Nice.
And next week, you'll be getting a lot of updates from me from MegaCon because Hanging with Web is going to have me do scoops. So apparently I'm going to get in like the down low, like the gossip and like all sorts of fun stuff. So yay! And then you can find me on Insta. I hardly use it. It's Heather_in_Underland. And the only time you'll ever see me tagged is when Willow tags me in something. They're like, oh, Willow tagged me on, must be first.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you can find us every other Sunday in Back of the Cereal Box for Cryptid Crunch. Our next episode, we are going to hopefully be talking about twins because May is the season of the Gemini. Ooh. But thank you, everybody, for joining us. I hope we wet your whistle a little bit. If you continue to watch our show or would like to, you can go to facebook.com/OurSideshowLife, or you can follow the Hanging with Web Series TV, HWWS Web TV on YouTube. If you want to buy us more pizza or bacon or roll or something weird, go to buymeacoffee.com/thesideshow because we are poor artists and Willow just showed off her bowl of cherries again. If you'd like to see Willow show off her bowl of cherries, please go ahead and also
it takes a lot of food to keep this body up kept, okay?
Love it. And as always, thank you to our lovely commenters who keep the show going. Nick, you're probably going to be going to sleep a little bit, but I'll call you in a couple minutes anyways to learn more Italian. And I'm going to try. So is it I already messed it up.
Ti apprezzo.
Ti apprezzo. So that means
Brava.
I appreciate you.
Bravissimo.
Gracias.
Awesome.
All right, guys. Thank you, everybody. We'll see y'all next Wednesday. And Nick, I'll talk to you in a little bit. Willow, we'll talk after the show.
Yay.
Bye.
Ciao.
Bye.